Right, we'll just start in a minute or so. Right, we'll begin. Flood management. Recent floods in one highlight a recurring annual crisis in India, exacerbated by both natural and man made factors. Floods are typically categorized as natural disasters by organizations like the National Institute of Disaster Management and the World Health Organization. However, this classification overlooks the human factors contributing to flood damage. Heavy monsoon rains significantly contribute to these floods, but poor disaster management and inadequate preparedness amplify their impacts. India's geographical vulnerability results in severe losses each year, necessitating an integrated flood management system. Right? We'll begin with the first question for today, a relatively easier one. Which state is one? The answer is Assam. I was looking for the recent floods, though all four states are relatively flood prone. Maharashtra is especially referring to Mumbai, but yeah, Odisha and Kerala entirely very flood prone. Maharashtra, of course, a large state. A lot of its interior regions are drought prone, so greater responsibility in the disaster management area needed. Which brings us to our second question. What is the full form of NDMA? Easy. National Disaster Management Authority. Great that all of you knew the answer. What are the natural causes of floods in India? The answer is all of the above. Heavy rainfall, melting of glaciers, cyclones and storms all impact floods in India. Um, uh, if we go more region wise, cyclones are especially a big problem for Odisha and surrounding areas in West Bengal. Melting of glaciers impact the north more because of the snow-fed rivers there and heavy rainfall. Uh, a lot of the northeast Mumbai area, a lot of basically the areas with the rain-fed rivers are greater impacted by heavy rainfall, though it's present in the north as well, of course. A more universal, so to say, feature outside the desert areas of India. What are the artificial causes of floods in India? The previous one looked at the natural one. Now we'll have a quick look at the artificial causes as well. Interesting. Last time the answer was all of the above. A lot of you were skeptical, but this time all of you went for all of the above. And the answer is concretization. It's unplanned and rapid urbanization, which is one of the causes of floods, and deforestation, not afforestation. Completely opposite meanings. Less trees, which means less large objects essentially to block the flow of water, especially when forests are removed. A plain is much more flood prone than a forest or a wooded area. So that's why if deforestation is impacts among other things floods as well. Which of the following is the highest dam in India? The answer is Bhakra Nangal Dam. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard. Looks like Sweta, Shami, Akhil doing quite good. Let's see if y'all can keep it up while we move to the ALET based questions. It refers to the global trend where companies diversify their manufacturing and supply chains by establishing operations in countries other than China. So I'm looking for the answer is China plus one. Trade war is in reference to no, negotiations, trade deals, limiting imports, trying to increase more exports. It's a more common term, obviously, but this is a very specific phenomena where or trend we're talking about. China plus one. So a lot of countries becoming more and more dependent on China. They will diversify their supply chains to a plus one country or countries. So that's why it's called China plus one. Let's move to the seventh question. What is the full form of PLI? PLI schemes being talked about a past year, past 1 to 2 year, quite mentioned multiple times. You should definitely be aware of at least the basics of the concept. Production linked incentive is the answer. I encourage you to read more about it. We won't be going over it today, but yes. The Supreme Court quashed a 2015 Bihar government notification that sought to categorize the community as scheduled caste. Ignore the additional detail that's from previous one. The answer is Tanti Tantwa. A very recent case that happened. You should read more about it. We have a related question as the ninth one. That a more likely question, but I figured I'll cover two concepts. Recently, the Supreme Court ruled, same case we're talking about, which under which article is the list published. States are not empowered to make changes in this list; only the Parliament can do so. 341 is the answer. Clause 1 says that the President signs the list, and Clause 2 says that the Parliament is empowered to modify, essentially. So, our answer Article 341 is what you should remember. World Day of International Justice is observed on which date? The answer is in fact 17 July. This Let's have a look at the leaderboard at the end. Looks like Sweta maintains the lead. Great work today. Great work, Akhil, Shami, and everyone else who participated as well. This brings us to the end for today. Thank you.